I think, had probably the most successful almost 6 months as a president and the presidency. I think they're saying it was the best 6 months, and I know for a fact they're saying the last 2 weeks there has never been anything like it as far as winning.
President Trump signing the big, beautiful bill into law on Friday, July 4th, in a major legislative victory for Republicans. For more, let's bring in today's political panel. Republican strategist Lance Trover and former chief of staff for the White House press office and advisor to the press secretary, Yemisi Egbewole. Welcome to both of you. Happy Independence Day weekend.
Happy 4th.
Thank you, Mike.
So, Lance, the Trump legislative agenda was signed into law, meeting his 4th of July deadline. Any surprise President Trump is flying high?
No, not at all. I was thinking about this. I mean, this has been, these 6 months, these last 6 months have been some of the most consequential and productive for a presidential term, certainly in my lifetime that I can remember. But I think what also makes it more profound is that it's the first 6 months of a second-term presidency. Usually we get big things coming in the first term. This is a second term. And I think that speaks to a couple things. One, the unanimity of the Republican Party around President Trump and his agenda. And two, the laser focus with which the president, John Thune, and Speaker Johnson had with getting that agenda through and basically following through on the campaign promises they made last November.
I asked Florida Republican Congressman Mike Herodopoulos about concerns potentially to rural health care. Let's play it, and I'll get you to weigh in.
The person's most vulnerable, seniors in nursing homes, the disabled, kids, of course, pregnant women are all protected in the bill. And what I ask the critics, please read the bill. And second, we put $50 billion so those rural hospitals are not affected in this transition period as we improve Medicaid.
On the other side, California Congressman Robert Garcia is blasting the new law.
Clearly, the folks that Donald Trump hates are seniors, are our veterans, are low-income people, are immigrants, are students, are anyone who stands up for decency. And I think at this moment, people need to be very aware of what's actually in the bill. And the bill is going to impact probably 16 to 17 million Americans and their health care.
It is nearly 900 pages. Yemisi, what's your assessment?
Look, I will give it to President Trump. The House passed it, the Senate passed it, and he signed it on July 4th like he wanted to. But the question is, at what cost? Gutting programs that keep people alive. To Democrats, the cost is human lives. We know from the CBO report, which, Republicans used to trust the CBO, now they're doubtful of it, that 11 million people will lose their health care. We know that 8 million people will lose food assistance. Many of those people are children who don't get to decide what lives that they're born into. And I think when we focus so much on fiscal responsibility that it becomes ignorant and cruel, that's a problem. And so this might be an immediate success to President Trump because it makes a great headline to sign a bill on the 4th of July. But come midterms, the Republicans that have districts in states with those rural hospitals are going to feel this decision.
Let's dig into the political impact. So I covered the White House when President Obama signed his legislative agenda, the Obamacare, and Republicans ran on that for several cycles. Lance, what about the impact of this bill and the obligation Republicans have to explain it to their constituents?
Yeah, they've got a sales job to do. There's no question about it. But I think that was the importance of getting it passed now. I can't recall, you've covered Capitol Hill for a long time, getting something like this done this quickly in an administration. To me, it's probably been 20 years since a reconciliation bill was passed this fast. But I think that is the key because now voters will be able to see the effects. No taxes on overtime, no tax on tips. We aren't voting they're not going to raise their taxes next year. That gives them a long runway to see the effects of this bill. And it also means, yeah, Republican members can go back to their districts and talk about all of the good stuff that's in this bill, along with voters seeing and feeling it. That's why I know Democrats are hoping it's 2018 all over again. I think by passing this bill early, it actually works in Republicans' favor.
Yemisi, there are concerns that some of the good stuff kicks in right away and some of the more difficult stuff like cuts doesn't happen until after the midterms. Are you concerned?
Well, I'm concerned on behalf of Republicans like Senator Lisa Murkowski, who came out of that vote looking like she had gone to war. There are a lot of Republicans that have made this very risky vote, and I don't think they'll have to wait until midterms. It's in their conscience. It's in the way that they're speaking about the bill. I'm very interested to see how they'll end up promoting it. We'll see what backroom deals the president has done with the ones that were holdouts, but I think they're going to really, really feel this in a couple years.
All right, panelists, stay right there.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.